Welcome to the 186th District Court. Court is in session. This is cause number 2020 CR 0545, State of Texas versus Joshua Garcia. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting this hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep the hearing public. Time now is 12:16 p.m. on the 14th day of July 2021. These proceedings are official. They're on the record and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you were in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Ed Garza for Mr. Garcia.
Sir, are you the same Joshua Garcia charged by indictment with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And stated we proceeding as charged.
I'm sorry.
Do you know the proceedings?
What case is this?
It's
Your Honor, this is Lindsay Shaw for the state of Texas. And we are not proceeding as charged. We're proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury, which is a class A misdemeanor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Garcia, I'm going to use a function of Zoom called share screen. I'm going to show you the indictment in this case. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Mr. Garza, do we waive reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. I'll note that there is a discovery acknowledgement that's been signed and dated by both sides. I'm doing the same. And then make it a part of the record. Also note that there's an application for deferred adjudication or community supervision, and I'll make that a part of the record as well. Mr. Garcia, going to go back into share screen. I'm going to show you a document called the defendant's consent to plea by video conference. Scrolling down and using my signature, my cursor to circle around the signature. Is this yours?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're telling me two things. One, you understand that normally we do pleas live in an open court, but that you're consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
Secondly, your signature here, as well as all of your other electronic signatures on the plea packet in front of me, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed the documents. Did you understand that when you signed this?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
I approve the consent and I make it a part of the record. We're still in share screen, but I'm showing you another document called the court's admonishments. I'll scroll through because it's several pages. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
On the bottom of page 3 is electronic signatures. It's yours.
Yes.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments, you are telling me that you understand the court's admonishments, that you understand the rights are contained within it. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And the rights that you're giving up is the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea in the sentencing range for the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury, which is anywhere from up to a year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers that are contained. Rather, before I do that, you've applied for deferred adjudication. There are risks and benefits associated with that. The benefits are is if it's granted, then you will not be found guilty of the lesser included offense, and instead you'll be placed on community supervision, which if you're successful at that, the case is dismissed. But the risks are if you're not successful, you could be revoked. And if you are revoked, then you would be found guilty of the lesser included offense on that day, and you're subject to the full sentencing range I just announced. Did you understand that when you signed this? When you applied, yes, rather, for deferred adjudication?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments and make them part of the record. Well, I said if you understood deferred adjudication. Do you still wish to apply for deferred adjudication knowing how it works?
Yes, sir. I would.
Right. I approve, again, the admonishments contained within, or the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments. All right, we're going back to share screen again, sir. I'm going to show you your plea bargain in your case. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
An electronic signature to the left, I'm using my cursor to circle around. There's another one to the right, I'm using my cursor to circle around. Are these your two signatures?
Yes.
This details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned, and I will let you know if I'm going to follow this prior to the entry of your plea. It'll be a $500 fine. The state is recommending deferred adjudication. You'll have no contact with the complaining witness. One of your signatures, the one to the left, waives your appeal outside of the agreement, but the recommendations are you be placed on deferred for 1 year, have a drug and alcohol treatment evaluation, perform 30 community service hours, and have anger management. Is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
It is, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow this. Do you understand that? Mr. Garcia?
I'm sorry.
I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I don't have to follow this. Do you understand that?
I do. Yes, sir.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions were filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
No, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I'll allow you to withdraw the plea and we'll proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I'll note again, one of your signatures on the plea bargain waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
If not, then a plea of guilty or no contest to the lesser included offense could have serious adverse effects on your immigration status. And I'll note that you certified on the court's admonishments that you are an American citizen. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual and rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
He has.
Do you believe he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Sir, to the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Do you understand you can still be found guilty under a no contest plea?
Yes, sir.
Other than the plea bargain, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No, sir.
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No, Your Honor.
After going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, I do.
Does the state have anything to offer to support the plea?
The state offers State's Exhibit 1.
No objection.
I reviewed State's Exhibit 1 prior to getting on the record and find that it is sufficient to support the plea. Sir, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that there was sufficient evidence to support the plea, and that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea. Mr. Garcia, do we waive the pre-sentence investigation report?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garza. I should
Yeah,
say.
we do, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry, that was my mistake. Sorry, Mr.
It's
Garcia.
okay. No, it's
All
okay.
right, Mr. Garza, that's waived. Mr. Garza, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
Be no legal reason. In accordance with the agreement with the state, sir, I'm going to defer any finding of guilt at this time and place you on community supervision for a period of 1 year. There is a $500 fine. You'll have no contact with the complaining witness, Wesley Taylor. You'll have 30 community service hours. You'll have a TAP evaluation. You must follow the recommendations. I'm also going to order anger management as well. Sir, there's a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargain. So you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm also noting you waived your appeal in the plea bargain agreement. I'm making a certification of this for the record. I'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. Sir, we're almost concluded the hearing, but when we do, you need to stay on Zoom because I have to have you talk to our court liaison officer for her to go over some of the new conditions of community supervision for you.
Okay.
But is there anything else from either side in regards to the plea or to the sentencing?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, this matter is now concluded.